This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25, and it reads, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, and the seas and the waves warring." Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakar Double honors to the elders, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And I say shalom to you Akim out there.
Were injured on Friday night as police clashed with anti-government protesters in demonstrations that are spreading nationwide. President Dina Boluarte has dismissed calls for her to resign and hold snap elections. Instead, she is calling for dialogue and has promised to punish those involved in the unrest. In the capital, Lima, local TV footage showed police officers using tear gas as demonstrators threw glass bottles and stones while fires burned in the streets. In the country's southern Puno region, around 1,500 protesters attacked a police station in the town of Ilave, Peru's Interior Minister Vicente Romero said in a statement. By late afternoon, 58 people had been injured during demonstrations around the country. That's according to a report from Peru's ombudsman. The government has extended a state of emergency to 6 regions, curtailing some civil rights. In Cusco, protesters were blocked by the police on their way to the airport on Saturday, a day after Glencore's major Antapaque copper mine in the region suspended operations because protesters had attacked the premises. The unrest followed Thursday's turmoil when one of Lima's most historic buildings, a near-century-old mansion, burned to the ground. Authorities are investigating the causes, while Boluarte vowed to get tougher on vandals.
Must get core strength like hefty.
Tyler, things, of course, thankfully have calmed down for us tonight, but you are standing right there in front of really the evidence of the crimes that happened earlier.
Yeah, Eric, what started as a demonstration against a proposed Atlanta Police Training Center quickly turned into a violent protest when marchers took to the street. You'll take a look. This Truist Bank right here, the front window blown out by protesters throwing rocks and bricks at it. And across the street, the Wells Fargo right there also suffering damage when those protesters went after that building as well. They've already boarded it up. They also set a police cruiser on fire. Tensions boiled over tonight. Just a protester was killed in an exchange of gunfire with Georgia State troopers. Armed with bricks and fireworks, some protesters turned violent in downtown Atlanta Saturday night.
At that point, saw people smashing out taillights of cop cars and windows. And
David Abrahams watched as a firework was used to set an Atlanta police cruiser on fire.
What I saw wasn't peaceful. Yeah, no, I mean, blowing up cop cars and throwing fireworks at police officers is not peaceful.
Once the protest turned violent, police started swarming the area.
There was at least 15 cop cars at the intersection. And next thing I know, the protesters start taking off.
Before the violence, there was a peaceful demonstration Saturday at Underground Atlanta. Stand up, fight back! The group was there to protest a proposed training center for Atlanta police and demand an independent investigation into the death of Manuel Terán. Terán was killed at Entrenchment Creek Park when law enforcement worked to clear the woods of activists Wednesday, camped out protesting the site they call Cop City. The GBI says Terán opened fire, injuring a state trooper, and that's when troopers shot back, killing Terán.
We can debate the circumstances of what happened Wednesday all day. I'd like to see an independent investigation of that.
What was supposed to be a peaceful demonstration to demand answers in Teran's death and put a stop to the proposed training center for Atlanta police took a turn. APD says the destruction was stopped quickly and 6 protesters were arrested.
People were upset, and you could see it. So we watched them take out some frustration.
I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if it was a parade or what. And then once I seen them start breaking cop car windows and the cop car caught on fire, I was like, yo, this is no joke.
There is still a law enforcement presence out here tonight, but many of them have already left. They've reopened Peachtree Street here in downtown Atlanta. The police car that was towed away, but again, the evidence of what happened here still here tonight, even though the bank across the street has already been boarded up. We're of course going to be learning more over the coming days and hours, but for now, live in downtown Atlanta tonight, Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
Yes, Tyler, good news here. No first responders were injured and no civilians were injured. Thanks so much.